Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So when you are ready, so kindly start with the invocation prayers. And Nimaya Gunanidhi Prabhuji, you are ready, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah, ready Prabhu.
Okay, yes, please go ahead. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll start with chapter number 18, verse number 54. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati Sama Sarva Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param.
One who is transcendently situated at once realize the Supreme Brahman and become fully joyful. He never dominate or desire to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attained pure devotional service unto me.
Bhaktya Mama Abhijanati Yavan Yaschasmi Tatha Vataha Tato Mam Tatvato Jnatva Vishyate Tada Anantaram.
One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God.
Sarvakarmanya api sadaha kurvan mad vyapasrayaha mad prasadad apnoti saswatam padam avyayam.
So engaged in all kind of activities, my pure devotee under my protection reach the eternal and imperishable upon my grace.
Cetasa sarvakarmani mayi sanyas matparaha buddhi yogam upashritya machittasya satatam bhava.
In all activities, such depends upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotion service, be fully conscious of me.
Machittas sarvadurgani matprasadat tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaran nasroyasi vinankashi.
If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act to false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost.
Yadahankaram ashritya na yotasyati manyase vitaishya vyavasa yashyate prakrtistvam niyokshayati.
If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be forcefully directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in a warfare.
स्वभावज्ञेन कौन्तेय निबद्धस्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं इच्छसि यान् मोहात् करिष्यसि अवसोऽपि ततः.
Under illusion, you are now declined to act according to my direction, but compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti.
Shri Bhagavanuvach Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridayesura Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudani Maya Maya.
The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wandering of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy.
Prabhu, this number, sorry.
It's 62, Prabhuji.
62. त्वमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तथा प्रसादात् परं शान्तिं स्थितानां प्रायसि शाश्वतम्.
O Sions of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain the transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode.
इति ते ज्ञानम् अख्यातं गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्य यतद् अशेषेण यते इच्छसि तथा कुरु.
Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do.
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूया शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽस्मि दृढम् इति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो दाजी मां नमस्कुरु ममेव वैश्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽस्मि.
Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my dear friend.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear.
इदं ते न तपस्काय न भक्त्याश्च कदाचन न च शुश्रूषवाच्यां न च मां यो भयासूयति.
This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious to me.
य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेश वादिः सयति भक्तिं मयि परमं कृत्वा ममे वैश्ययतत् असंशयः.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotee, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me.
न च तस्मा मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृततमः भाविता न च मा तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भुवि.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
आद्ये शयते च याम् इमं धर्मयां संवादं या अवयोः ज्ञानयज्ञेन ते नहम् इष्ट स्वयं इति मे मतिः.
And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
श्री भगवानुवाच श्रद्धावान् अनुसूयाश्च शृणुयात् अपि यो नरः सोऽपि मुक्तः शुभान् लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम्.
And one who listens with faith and without envy become free from sinful reaction and attain to the auspicious planet where the pious dwell.
कश्चिद् श्रुतं पार्थ तत्त्वैकाग्रेण चेतसा कश्चिद् अज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रणतस्ते धनञ्जय.
O son of Partha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind, and are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled?
अर्जुन उवाच नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धः तावत् प्रसादान् मयच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions."
अर्जुन संजय उवाच इत्यहं वासुदेवस्य पार्थस्य च महात्मनः संवादम् इमम् अश्रौषम् अद्भुतं रोमहर्षणम्.
Sanjaya said, "Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that the message that my hair is standing on end."
व्यास प्रसादात् श्रुतवान् एतत् गुह्यम् अहं परम् योगं योगीश्वरात् कृष्णात् साक्षात् कथयस्तस्वयम्.
By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard this most confidential talk directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
राजन् संस्मृतात् स्मृतया संवादम् इदम् अद्भुतं केशवार्जुनयोः पुण्यं हृष्यामि च मुहुर्मुहुः.
O King, as I repeatedly recall these wondrous and holy dialogues between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being what thrilled at every moment.
ततः संसृत्य रूपम् अत्यद्भुतं हरे हरे विस्मयो मे महाराजन् हृष्यामि च पुनः पुनः.
O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with the wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again.
यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम इति.
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all instinct, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and mortality. That is my opinion.
इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे मोक्षसंन्यासयोगो नाम अष्टोदशाध्यायः इति. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautiful recitations. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Nagaraj Prabhuji and Nimai Gudanidhi Prabhuji. So very wonderful. Very melodious. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so So we shall move on to the next part of our program. This is chanting. It's a japa session. So before we start japa, so I kindly request dear devotees. So if anyone is willing to do Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya 3 times, and then we shall start the japa session.
I'll do, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if anyone has not completed the chanting, so kindly complete it in the behind. So meanwhile, we shall enter into the next part of our program, Kirtan. So today it is Kirtan by Bhaktini Srimad Smriti Kanna Chakravarti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, all devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Yeah, I am starting.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Oh, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jashodandana Brajajanara Jana Jashodandana Brajajana Jashodandana Brajajana Oh, Jashodandana Brajajana Jaya Radhe Radhe Jashodandana Brajajana Jamuna Tira Manachari Jayo Kunjo Bihari Jayo Kunjo Bihari Jayo Kunjo Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী, জয় রাধা মাধব, জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, জয় রাধা মাধব, জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী, জয় রাধা মাধব, জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী, জয় জয় রাধা গোবিন্দ, রাধা গোবিন্দ, রাধা গোবিন্দ রাধে, জয় জয় রাধা গোপীনাথ, রাধা গোপীনাথ, রাধা গোপীনাথ রাধে, জয় জয় নন্দ, রাধা গোকুল নন্দ, রাধা গোকুল নন্দ রাধে, জয় জয় রাধা লন্ডনেশ্বর, রাধা লন্ডনেশ্বর, রাধা লন্ডনেশ্বর রাধে, জয় জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান, জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান, জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান, জয় জয় জগন্নাথ জগন্নাথ জগন্নাথ, জয় বলদেব, জয় সুভদ্রা, নিতাই গৌর হরি বল, হরি বল, হরি বল, নিতাই গৌর হরি বল, জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ, 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ। হরিনাম সংকীর্তন কি জয়। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
So much.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Very beautiful.
Apologize for my voice and short breath.
It is
Hare
very
Bol.
magic. It is very pleasing.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Still, we have 7 more minutes for Kirtan. Yeah. Anyone would like to go further with Hare Krishna mantra? Mataji, Smriti Kana Mataji, would you like to do? Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hemlata Mataji is there. I can
Yes, Mataji, please.
respond her.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ramo Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very
Hare- So beautiful, very, it's like a Gana Gandharvis are singing very beautifully, like that. So relishing. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Bol.
Absolutely. Beautiful Kirtan, both of you. Himata Mataji and Sritikana Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we shall move into next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Kesava Das Prabhuji. Then with Pranam. So we are proceeding with the program schedule. So next part of the program is Mangalacharan prayers by Sanchita Mataji and family. So Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Today, Pranshu and Prabhasha, they will do the Mangal Charan prayers.
Thank you, Mataji.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कन्धा राधाकन्धा नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice Mangalacharan prayers. Very beautiful by Pranshu Prabhuji and Purbasha Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, so next is the Premadvani prayers. So can I request any volunteers? So can I request new devotees to do Premadvani prayers?
Arju will do it.
Arju? Yes, Prabhuji. Can I request all other devotees to follow with Jaya when the leading Arju Prabhu is leading Premadvani prayers?
Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pavikrajacharya Ashrutarashata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai Prabhupada Paramahansa Pavikrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki.
Jai.
Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki.
Jai.
ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवशदि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन
Jai.
वृंदावन धाम की
Jai.
पूरे धाम की
Jai.
नवदीप धाम की
Jai.
नाथपुरी धाम की
Jai.
कमाई की
Jai.
यमुना माई की
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की
Jai.
संकीर्तन यज्ञ की
Jai.
बृहद मृदंग की
Jai.
वेद भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंद
Hari.
Hari Bol.
all glories to the assembled devotees
Hare
all glories to the assembled devotees
Krishna.
all glories to the assembled devotees
Hare
Hare Krishna.
all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare.
Hare Bol.
All glories to Krishna.
I got more.
Thank you, Ajay Prabhuji. Very beautifully leading the Premadvani prayers. Okay, so Hare Krishna, everyone. So now we are at 1951. So shortly we are on time, on schedule. Thank you so much for all the devotees coming and giving your association. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Keshav Prabhuji. And with Pranam, thank you so much for giving your and accepting to speak few words from Krishna Katha. So we are all waiting to hear you. We shall hand over the session to you, and also my humble obeisances to your parents.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to add something, Prabhu. Krishna Prabhu was in hospital last whole week. Instead of that, he is still so devotee. Still, he did not say, still he wanted to deliver the class to us. I'm so grateful to him. Hari Bol Prabhu.
Thank you very much. It was a few days, but I'm okay. So that's the main thing. And thank you very much. So shall I begin?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So the topic for today was why do we chant the holy names? How did we come about to chant the holy names? Are we alone in chanting God's names? And I know it's probably something that most of you know quite a bit about anyway, because you're all seasoned practitioners, and I know that many of you are chanting regularly. All of you are probably chanting at least a few rounds regularly. So this is not about you. Today it's a bit selfish. It's about me. Sometimes when we go through things, we get all jumbled up in our mind. Oh, why am I doing this? How did I get to be chanting these names? And, why am I still doing it? And sometimes I have to remind myself where these instructions came from, who delivered them, and what benefit we've had from these instructions to now, and what benefit we'll get in the future. And it's just about reminding myself sometimes that these things are actually so important. Although it's going back to basics a bit, sometimes it's good to cover the basics, do you not think? So just some thoughts there. Before I begin, I just want to go around and ask in the room about your practice of chanting. Why are you chanting? What is your experience of chanting? Just very, very briefly, I'd just like to go around and understand where people are. Let's start perhaps with Devashish Prabhu.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. Yes, my reason is, first of all, I want to clean myself. I know that I'm very, very not like very, how do you say this puppy is like sinful person. I've been doing all sorts of sin. I want to clear myself and I want to come close to Krishna, as much closer I can come to. And I think this is the only path in this Kali Yuga. That's why I chant very well.
So you feel chanting brings you closer to Krishna? Yes?
That's correct, Prabhu, yes.
Good response. Prabhu, your name is there as Radha Gokulananda. I can never remember your proper name.
Amogadas. Yes, sorry. Amogadas.
Yes, Prabhu, what's your experience? Let's hear from you.
So, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is the way we connect to the Supreme Lord. Hare is his internal energy, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rama is his pleasing pleasure potency. And when we connect it, we also get the qualities of Krishna into us in a minute. So we will always establish the relationship through this mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kalikalmashanashakam Nataha Parataha Upayaha Sarva Vedeshu Drusyate. So all these Vedas, and wherever we see, it is recommending to chant holy names of Krishna. So that way we connect to the Lord.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. What about Smriti Kana? Is it Mataji or Prabhu? I don't know.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. I am very neophyte. Only I know that Krishna is non-different from his name, and
Yes.
to get connection and to develop that loving relationship with him, we should call, because we call to make any relationship with anybody, we call by his name.
Yes.
So this is the way to call the creator. So Prabhu already explained the meaning of Hare Krishna, Rama. So we, in this Kali Yuga, this is prescribed, this is prescribed that only the Harinam is enough to make relationship with God. So Mahaprabhu gave this mantra to deliver ourselves from this material world. So we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Thank you. Very nice. Very nice realization. Thank you, Mataji. What about Prabhavati Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. My realization, as everybody shared, Prabhuji, this is actually holy name is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself in the form of Shikshastakam as well, in 8 verses, and also Yuga Dharma. Every Yuga there is a Dharma, how we have to meditate upon Lord. Satya Yuga, it is done by meditation on Lord Vishnu, and Treta Yuga, performance of sacrifices, and Dwapara Yuga, worshipping the deity of the Lord, and in Kali Yuga only possible by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Harer Nama eva kevalam kalau nasti eva nasti gatiranyata. This was said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this age of Kali Yuga, only way is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. That's why I chant Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. We're going to come to that little slide, a slide on what you've just said there. That verse, that shloka from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, comes from the Madhya Lila, the 6th chapter, verse 242. But it's a beautiful verse, and it's a very important verse. Let's just take one more, just in the interest of time. How about, who do we have here? Dina Mataji. No? Anyone else would want to just say something?
Hare Krishna.
Go on, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Yes, everything is said by Mataji and Prabhuji. But just one word I want to add, that like Krishna name and Mahamandra and Krishna, there is no difference. Kali Yuga,
Yes.
Krishna, yeah, there's no any difference between to chant or Krishna. So
Very nice. Yes, very nice. Thank you very much, Mataji. So we've had bringing us closer to Krishna. We've had establishing our relationship with Krishna. We have had realizing that Krishna's name is not any different to Krishna, non-different to Krishna. His name and Krishna are the same thing. You can take away my name and I can change my name. It won't change me, but my name and me are not specifically, entangled in any way, are they? Because I can fiddle about with that. I can make it as temporary as I want. Whereas Krishna doesn't do that. We'll come to this in a minute. It's an important point. So some nice realizations there. We had this verse. Can somebody make me co-host, please, so I can share my screen?
Still you can share, Prabhuji. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Just bear with me. Something is stopping me. Just one moment. Can you see my screen? I don't know what.
Yes.
I don't know what you can see, but I'm hoping you can, because my screen, I've got two screens and one of them stopped working. But I'm hoping you can see this slide with which Mataji just made some notes, just quoted. Hare Rinam, Hare Rinam, Hare Rinam, Eva Kevalam. Kalu Nasti, Vanasti, Vanasti, Vagatiranyata. The translation from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, as it says on the screen there, is for spiritual progress in this age of Kali, which is full of quarrel and hypocrisy. There is no other way, no other way, no other way, alternative, no other way, same thing, yes, to the holy names, the holy name of the Lord. Spoken, of course, by, who spoke these words? Amol Prabhu.
Prabhavati Mataji, so just now. And
yes, but who spoke them originally?
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said many times, Hare Nam, isn't it, Prabhuji?
Yes. Can you still see my screen, yeah?
Yes.
Good, okay. So, we have this wonderful verse. What happened in 1966 in New York City? And this is important. What happened in New York City in 1966?
Prabhupada arrived. Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada arrived in America, but he didn't arrive in New York City.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, you're right. He did arrive in America. But something really, really important happened in 1966. And it's a date, it's a year that you should all remember. It should be ingrained here somewhere.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is it about the, I forgot the name, it was a big concert on rock music, and then Prabhupada was invited, and Prabhupada did not want to go there, but then devotees insisted, and he went there, and I think he said that's not the place for me to be there with the hippies around, but when he was on the stage and he chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as a kirtan, and then everybody joined, the entire crowd, so it was like a big ecstatic kirtan, but it had a different name. I forgot that name, Prabhu.
Again, you're heading in the right direction, but it's not what I'm looking for. This is the most important day in the history of ISKCON, in a way. in a way.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is that they started this book distribution that day in a mall?
This is no, it's even before that. Before that.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
It is 13 July. Is it 13 July? ISKCON was developed.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
13th of July 1966.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada incorporated the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in New York City. What was he doing when he formed ISKCON? Well, he was looking to do two things. One was to obey the instructions of his Guru Maharaj. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who was Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, instructed him years before that, many years before that, to go to the West and to teach the people of the Western world, especially about God, especially about Krishna, and especially in English, because this is the language that's spoken universally these days around the world. And Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj's message was, everybody needs to know about Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, was thinking of one thing: the mission started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was in a very rebellious mood, of course, when he came here. We'll come to that. And the other thing he wanted to do, Srila Prabhupada, was to encourage people to remember who they were, where they came from, and to remember not just Krishna, but specifically God, always. And I'll come to why I say that in a minute. Srila Prabhupada was the visionary, and he brought ISKCON to us, a modern movement, a modern way of worshipping, the modern way of loving God, as it were. But ISKCON itself sprouts from the seeds of a religious and cultural system that's thousands and thousands of years old. Our theological roots can be understood in terms of, I guess the best way to put it is, two historical paradigms, one modern and the other ancient. The modern form of ISKCON reaches back to the 16th century in Bengal, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared in, I think it was 1486, is that right, Mahaprabhu? I think it's 1486 to around 1530-ish. Mahaprabhu, he fully embodied the teachings that we have today, our practices, our goals. And Mahaprabhu taught about and chanted what is sometimes called the mantra of universal love, or the mantra of great deliverance. His emphasis centered on the chanting of the holy names of God, especially the Maha Mantra. Sometimes, as I said, it's called what they call a great chant for deliverance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I've got two questions for you, actually. I think they're quite interesting. Number one is what we say we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What does that mean? Anyone?
Yeah, actually we are Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava, because there is a four authorized from Krishna, that is a four authorized sampradaya. We are Brahma Gaudiya.
Okay, that's the name of our sampradaya, is the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Yes? But what is it? What do we say when we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas? What does Gaudiya mean?
Yeah, Mahaprabhu, there is a link with Krishna came himself, Lord Krishna came himself as a devotee, as a Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
That's true, but what does the word Gaudiya mean?
Gauda is the place name.
Yes, it's very simple. Mahaprabhu appeared in one place in West Bengal, which is known as Gaudadesh. So Gaudiya Vaishnavas refers to the Vaishnavas of West Bengal. It's as simple as that. So when somebody says to you, when you say to somebody, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are in the Sampradaya, we are in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, which begins with Srila Madhvacharya in Udupi, in South India. And then, you know, through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru, we developed this lineage and we became the Brahmamadva Gaudiya Sampradaya. But if somebody ever says to you, what do you mean by Gaudiya Vaishnava? Simply the Vaishnavas of West Bengal. That's all it means. Interesting, no? But somehow we have got it confused with this is actually the name of our Sampradaya and that's it. That's not it. So remember that because it's an important point because that's where Mahaprabhu appeared. The second question, and I know, Amol Prabhu, you touched on it slowly, so if you wouldn't mind, let's see if anybody else can come back to this. But sometimes we are told, Srila Prabhupada told us what the Maha Mantra means. He did, but he actually didn't explain a meaning, he explained a mood, no? Or would you disagree? What does the Maha Mantra mean? Is there an actual meaning? Or is it a mood? Or is it a combination of both? What are your thoughts? I just want to get an idea of what people think.
It is a kind of showing the gratitude and also requesting to engage in the devotional service.
Yeah. Yes. So what you're saying is Srila Prabhupada explained to us more of a mood, no? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Interesting. Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, so far I remember that Krishna, you are all attractive and allow me to serve yourself.
Yeah. So this we're going to come to this. This is what Srila Prabhupada told us. Now, what does the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra mean? Well, can you see this screen here? The word Hare, it refers to Mother Hara. When we use the vocative or when we speak this name, we don't say Hara. We say Hare because that's how we speak with respect. Okay, so Hare actually refers to Mother Hara or another name for Radha, Krishna's eternal consort. Radhaji is the embodiment. She encapsulates everything we need to know or feel about seva or devotional service or bhakti. She embodies that very essence of bhakti. All the love, all the mercy is there. We often say to approach Krishna, first we have to approach Radha, no? Because she will first have to open that door. So this is the first part. This is one of the words there, Hare, refers to Mother Hara. Krishna means all attractive. It can mean black, can mean blue or dark. It can mean beautiful and all attractive. Rama is another name for Krishna, meaning he who gives the devotees the highest pleasure. And I was trying to find a letter which Srila Prabhupada wrote, which explains this beautifully, where he says, and I couldn't find the letter, but I will upload it to your WhatsApp group as soon as I find it. But he gives clarity on this point here. And he explains that when he told us what the Maha Mantra means, he was explaining its mood. Because actually, the Maha Mantra is made up of what? 16 things. What are the 16 things in the Maha Mantra?
Yes, 16 words.
16 words, yes, but what specific kind of words?
Names.
Names, yes. And if you have 16 names, you don't have a sentence, do you? So Srila Prabhupada was trying to explain to us, if you put all these names together and you're constantly calling out in that mood of service and love, this is how he interprets the Maha Mantra. O Lord, O energy of the Lord, O Radhaji, please engage me in your divine service. So when we're chanting, how often do we think this in our mind? Or are we sometimes going, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, and we forget, don't we? How many times have you, and I've done it myself, been walking up and down my living room because I can't sit still for too long, and I'm chanting my rounds. The words are coming out, but what is going on in here is something else. Had you had that experience? So Srila Prabhupada's, yes. So Srila Prabhupada's explanation was that when we chant, think about the mood. Think about whose names we are chanting. And then translate that feeling into the love that we should feel for the holy names. And it's difficult to do. For everybody, it's difficult to do. Somebody made an earlier point, but actually, before I go there, you know, when Mahaprabhu was on this earth, he very much favored this prayer, this selfless prayer. But he actually taught something even more important than this. And I'll share an extract with you in the WhatsApp group later, but he taught that actually if you recite any of God's names, this would have a similar effect. Interesting. Somebody made a point earlier about Krishna's name and Krishna being non-different. They're the same. There is no difference between Krishna and his name. There is no difference between Krishna and his body. It's pure, it's spiritual. And this ultimate oneness between God and his name is not only distinctly spiritual, but it also reveals a fundamental difference between matter and spirit. Material substances are very relative, no? You can touch, you can feel, you can, what do they call it? Manipulate. You can tear. You can change a name, but you can't change Krishna's name. He's not going to come down and change his name by deed-poll. He has a much better way of doing this. He comes down as another avatar, so that we cannot be confused. The point being that Mahaprabhu taught us that material substances are relative. In this world, the material thing and its name are not one and the same. They're two individual items. Does anybody know the analogy Srila Prabhupada uses about mangoes? Say today I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, because I want to feel close to God. Now tomorrow I might be hungry. And I'm thinking, oh, there's some nice mangoes there. But I can't get to the mango because my mom has locked it in a cupboard because I have a very sweet tooth and she knows I will eat all the mangoes. But if I sit there chanting mango, 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 what is going to happen? Debashish Prabhu, what's going to happen if I chant mango, mango?
Nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. I will get frustrated because I can't get to my mango.
Yes.
No. But if I chant Krishna's names, what will happen?
Krishna will make a way to reach to the mango.
I feel satisfied. I feel happy. Sometimes people ask me, why do you do this? Especially Western friends of mine. Why do you sit there chanting these names? What does it do? What does it mean? How does it affect you? Very difficult answer to explain to somebody who doesn't believe. So we avoid that question. But I think we understand. What the point I'm trying to make is in the spiritual world, our Shastra tells us is the complete opposite, the reverse of where we are here. So the exact opposite of what I've just described must be true. This essential oneness engulfs everything. Doesn't mean there is no hierarchy, for example, in the spiritual world. Of course there is. We know there are demigods and there is this and there is that. But there is a sense of oneness and a sense of difference, but it exists harmoniously. Yes? It exists simultaneously. And Srila Prabhupada's instructions are that if we want to experience this taste, we can, even here in the material plane, just by chanting Krishna's names. It brings us closer to him. The more we chant, the more we want to chant. The more I do my deity worship, the more I want to do it. You know, the more I put these little offerings out, the more I want to do it. Still, I'm not satisfied, but I know that I'm making some progress somewhere along the way. So Mahaprabhu taught us that through chanting, we can develop an awareness of who God is, his spiritual nature, and that there is no difference between the Nami, the named one, and the Naama, the name. You know, in 15th century, when Mahaprabhu came to this planet, there were many, many European kings around the world. Where were they all heading for at that time? Do you know? Many of them were heading to India.
Yeah.
And they were heading there in search of treasure. And many of these ships returned home laden and probably looted as well. Beautiful silks, spices, ornaments, jewels, art. Some of it we know is in the museums around the world. But they missed something. They all came because something was happening in India. A great big revolution was going on. Spiritual revolution, call it even. But that's a history class. What they missed was at the same time as all these European leaders were looting and pillaging India, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was freely distributing the holy names of Krishna. Just before Mahaprabhu's appearance here, Krishna Bhakti was already undergoing a reawakening. It was already happening, but there were missing pieces. There were gaps in knowledge. There were gaps in practice, at least in our tradition that we can identify. I can't speak for other traditions, and it wouldn't be fair to do that. But certainly there was a big gap. And although this reawakening was taking place and these holes were there, people couldn't bring some things together quite how they needed to be. And then along came Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he took the ancient Sanskrit texts that people were following, and he took them and he brought them together and he filled in the gaps. And by filling in those gaps, Gaudiya Vaishnavism was born. And now we have this movement which has continued to this day. It's interesting, no? And it's important to understand this part of our history. In fact, Mahaprabhu probably did lots of things. I mean, he created what would these days be classed as a non-denominational movement. Now we have 4 authorized sampradayas. Gaudiya Vaishnavism at that time was not accepted. It was only some time later, of course, when Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan presented his summary of the Vedic text to the other Vaishnav councils that were present, that we were accepted. Now compare this, what I'm talking about, Mahaprabhu's revolution taking place, and Srila Prabhupada in the 1960s and 70s building a house for the whole world to live in. He even said before he left his body, Srila Prabhupada, did he not, that your love for me will be shown by how you cooperate to keep this movement together. This is how we ended up where we are. But Mahaprabhu laid those seeds, and he did this in 4 ways. Philosophically, by establishing Krishna as a person, who we can render loving service to. Socially, by rejecting a caste system and breaking down its rigid structure. There were many examples of Mahaprabhu uprising socially. And he demonstrated that the secret meaning behind all of our Vedic texts can be unlocked by one Mahamantra. That love for Krishna. Where did the Mahamantra come from? Where was it heard before? Well, it's here on the screen. There are many, many more references to this, of course, but Amok Prabhu, can you have a go at this shloka?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kalikalmashanashakam. Nataha Parataha Upayaha Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate.
Read the translation.
The 16 names of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Destroy all the inauspiciousness of the age of Kali. This is the conclusions of all Vedas. Kali
This comes from
Krishna Yajurveda.
Yeah, this comes from, as you just said, the Kali Santara Upanishad. And it's an important work, but we won't go into that today because that's a very long, complicated subject. There are many, many other examples in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Brahmanda Purana, and many other ancient texts which refer specifically to the chanting of this one mantra, the Mahamantra. All those texts say the same thing. This brings it all together. Just calling out in love for Krishna, calling out for service, calling out to Ram, calling out to Radhaji. So we had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed this holy name, and many, many things happened in those 400 or 500 years, 500 years. Then all of a sudden in 1966, we got Srila Prabhupada. But before that, even before that, something was said in, I think it was the Chaitanya Mangal. Amok Prabhu, you know this shloka, no?
This is the first time, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. Can you have a go?
Yeah. I request our Bengali devotees, they do the pronunciation very beautifully.
Have we got a Bengali devotee here that can do this one, please? It's a beautiful verse. Are we being shy?
We have many devotees.
Shall I try, Prabhu?
Please try. Yes, I want you to try.
Yadi papi chadi dharma dure deshe yaya mora senapati bhaktaye betataya.
Beautiful. Read the translation, Mataji.
If someone sinful people escape and giving up religious principles, go to far off countries, then my Senapati Bhakta will come at that time to give them Krishna consciousness. Senapati, military commander. Thank you, Prabhuji. Sorry.
It's all right. Senapati means military commander or general. This verse is taken from the Chaitanya Mangal by Lochan Das Thakur. And it explains to us, and some way before this, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's described a time will come when this Mahamantra is vibrating in every town and every city around the world. Mahaprabhu quoted this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I believe. What do we have today? Would you have heard the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in London 500 years ago? Anyone? No.
No.
Would you have heard it 300 years ago?
Yeah.
Not in London.
No.
But we did hear it in the 1950s, the 1960s, more so in the 1960s and the 1970s. You heard it in London, you heard it in New York, you heard it in India. Then it went to France, and somehow it ended up in Australia. And before you know it, we're even in Russia. Now we have, for example, Bhaktivedanta Manna organizes this Harinam, and they go to places they have not been to yet. They spend a whole day doing Harinam there. Maybe this is who we are looking for. I can't speak for the powers that be, but certainly something to be thinking about. Srila Prabhupada said to us that he is simply a messenger. He said, I am simply the bearer of the message from Lord Chaitanya. I'm simply carrying out the instructions of my Guru Maharaj. And in this way, I hope that you will all become, like me, closer to Krishna. He asked for no credit, no glorification, nothing. Can somebody read this next slide for me?
All right, Prabhu. We have only to execute the order of the spiritual master, preach Krishna consciousness, and follow in the path of the Vaishnavas. The spiritual master represents both the Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas. Therefore, by following these instructions of the spiritual master and by chanting Hare Krishna, everything will be all right.
Thank you, Prabhu. Now, before I go on to that next slide, I want to share a small video with you with Srila Prabhupada. But just before I go there, just want to check something. I'll ask you a question. Are we alone in chanting? We chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Other Vaishnav Sampradayas may chant something else. What about other faiths?
They do as well. Prabhu Christianity, they do Christ. Then Muslim people, they has the similar thing. Don't know about others, but Jewish people has their mala as well.
You're right, yeah. And this was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. God has many thousands and millions of names. He said, Naama kari bahuta nija sarva shaktis tatrapite niyamita smaranena kalaha. Yes? In the Shikshastikam, he teaches us that God has many thousands and millions of names. Srila Prabhupada said something interesting as well. I'll come to that in a minute. But you're right. You know, in the Quran, in the 87th chapter, the second verse, Muhammad declares, glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High. Interesting. He says, glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High. St. Paul in the New Testament, when speaking of Jesus Christ, said, everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. Lord Buddha said, all who sincerely call upon my name will come to me after death, and I will take them to paradise. He said this in his vows of Amida Buddha, the 18th verse. For the Jews, in the Old Testament, they have a character called King David. He said, from the rising of the sun to the setting, the name of the Lord is to be praised. And our Vaishnava scriptures of course, the original text, and I picked it up from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but of course the original text is from the Brihadaranyaka Purana, yes, which is Hare Rinam, Hare Rinam, Hare Rinam Eva Kevalam. This teaches us something, doesn't it? Our chanting is intense. We chant so many rounds every day. You know, the Catholics, just bear with me one moment. The Catholics, they also chant on beads. Can you see them? Yeah?
Yes, Prabhu.
These are my rosary beads from the Catholic Church. And on one bead, the very first bead, I won't say the whole prayer because it's a long one, we would chant Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. That means, our Father, you are in heaven, and most holy is your name. And on another bead, we would chant this prayer. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tuus, Jesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. That's Latin, by the way. It means, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, grant us service to the Lord, and pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Interesting, isn't it? That we're asking to be remembered because we won't be able to. But what else did I say there? Grant us service. What does that Mahamantra teach us? In Srila Prabhupada's words? Oh my
Please
Lord.
allow us. Yes.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Go on,
Please, please, oh Lord, please allow us to serve you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we always like pray to Radharani so that she allows us to serve Krishna. So
Exactly.
here to Mother Mary, they are requesting that please allow us to serve Lord.
Yes. Yeah.
So almost.
But it's interesting, if you bring all these things together, we have something, don't we? You know, when you go to the church these days, they're empty. There's no enthusiasm. People don't want to go. It's as if people have lost their taste for God, for spirituality, for the things that perhaps to us are important, but to everybody else not so important these days. So we've been given something quite precious, quite valuable. And we should hold on to this now so we don't lose it like other faiths are beginning to lose. We don't want to lose that connection with God. I used to be, like I said, a Roman Catholic, and I fell away for various reasons. And one of those was not getting the answers to the questions that I needed. Those questions I now find in the works of Srila Prabhupada. All my questions are answered. I can't explain all of them to everybody, but in an inner peace I have developed, and that inner peace has been developed through repetitive chanting of Krishna's names. We don't chant to get a new job or a nice life or a fancy car or a beautiful home. One thing I can always say to anybody, and I've always said to everybody, I've always had food in my belly and roof over my head. Even when times have been tough, I've always been looked after. This is Krishna's grace. He provides for those who provide for us, and for us directly. And I felt that the more I chant, the closer I feel. And I just wanted to share that with you. I want to share this with you now. This is Srila Prabhupada, small What's the time now?
8:40, Prabhuji.
Okay. Just bear with me. I just want to share this short video. I can get this to work properly. Here we go.
They are chanting Hare Krishna. We may not understand what is meaning of Hare Krishna, but still, because it is transcendental sound, it is auspicious. Wherever you chant Hare Krishna, they may hear or they may not hear. It is auspicious for them. So we are sending our men for street Sankirtan. It doesn't matter whether people are eager to hear it or not, but it is auspicious. It will create an atmosphere which is very, very congenial to the human society. That should be our things. Not that because we are chanting, nobody is taking care, we shall not be disappointed. This Sankirtan movement is so nice that simply by chanting, the vibration will create an auspicious atmosphere. Very honest. Now you can practically see those who are old members. So I began in this New York, in that storefront, simply by chanting. So I did not bribe you American boys and girls to come after me. This is only asset was chant. That Tom Kinson and this Brahmananda Swami, he first came to dance with my chant. He and Achyutananda. That was the first dancing of our Krishna conscious movement. Yes. And I had no mridangas. That was a, what is that? Little drum. So I was chanting Hare Krishna from 2 to 5, 3 hours. And so many boys and girls were coming and joining. And there was first photograph in the Times, New York Times. They appreciated, and people also appreciated. So this chanting, the beginning was only chanting. There was nothing more. At that time there was no program of prasad distribution. That later on it came. So we should always be confident that this chanting is not a vibration of this material world. This is not vibration of material. Narottam Das Thakur says, Golokera prema dhana hari nama sanki. It is imported from the spiritual world.
Beautiful video. Now, very simply put, in the words of our founder Acharya, it touches me right here when I hear him speak like that. It's his simplicity, his humility. And all he asks us to do is to chant the holy names of the Lord. You know, when I'm waking my Lord Nityananda in the morning, one of the prayers that to wake Lord Nityananda are Utishta Jana Veshvara Yoga Nityam Tyaja Prabhu Namno Hate Divya Namnam Sushadharatam Vitarshi. Yes. That prayer is saying to Lord Nityananda, I pay my obeisances to your lotus feet, and I thank you, because all you ask in return for giving me this holy name, this is all you ask, is that I chant the holy names of Krishna as payment. That's all you ask. You ask for nothing more. And it fills me with this great joy to think that for so little I get so much. Does that make sense? Yeah. One other thing I want to share with you, if it's all right, 5 minutes. I need 1, 2, 3 volunteers, I think. And I'd like you to read the parts out from the screen. Somebody can be Prabhupada. Somebody can be Sir Allen Ginsberg. In case you don't know who Allen Ginsberg was, he was a very famous poet. And I think he was a poet laureate at some point. He wrote many, many beautiful poems and was very, very recognized internationally. He was also very, very close to Srila Prabhupada. He also came from a Jewish background. And he had questions about chanting Srila Prabhupada in the early days. I wanted to share this with you because it's so beautiful, it's so powerful. Can we have some volunteers, perhaps? Amol Prabhu, you can be one who will help the group to. So I need 1, 2, actually I need 3 volunteers. Somebody to read Allen Ginsberg, somebody to read the part of Srila Prabhupada, and we need 1 Mataji who's got only 1 line, I'm sorry. This is a real life thing. Yes, Mataji, so you can go on.
Yeah, I wanted to volunteer.
Okay, so you can play there's only 1 line for you in this, and then Amok Prabhu, would you play Srila Prabhupada?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji, yes.
Okay, and let's go with Debashish Prabhu because I can see you on the screen there. Maybe you can be Allen Ginsberg. Yes. So I'm going to share this with you. This room conversation happened in the early 1970s with Srila Prabhupada, Sir Allen Ginsberg, the famous poet laureate, and 1 devotee. So I'm just going to see if I can get this to share. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Can you make it a little bigger?
Bigger? I will try. Let's see.
Oh, it's fine, Prabhu. I can make it from my side. That's fine.
Oh, you can? Okay. If you can, yeah.
Yes, fine, Prabhu.
Okay. So, Allen Ginsberg, carry on.
Okay. If you are identifying love, however, with Shabha sound, Krishna, what those people who identify love with the Shabda Allah?
Well, of course, if that Shabda identifies with God, we have no objection. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Naama Bahuda Nijasarva Sektihi. God has many names in which he has invested his transcendental energies. God is attractive, and his name is also attractive because he is not different from his name. If you have got a name with exactly the same attractiveness as Krishna, we have no objection. We simply say, you chant God's holy name, then you will become purified. That is our program. We don't say that you change your Christianity. No, we don't say that if you have got your nice name and all attractive name in your scripture, don't manufacture, but authorize it, then you chant that. We simply request you chant.
Well then, how would you adapt the Krishna chanting to Christianity? By saying Krishna as Christ or Christ as Krishna and sounding Christ's image in Krishna's name?
Krishna, Christ, of course. This question has several times been put to me. I reply that Christ says, I am the Son of God, and Krishna says, I am God. So there is no essential difference between the Son of God and God. We respect everyone. If I respect your father, I respect you also. Do you mean to say that if I disrespect your father, you will be pleased with me? No, that is our philosophy. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I am the servant of 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 Krishna. So, if anyone perfectly loves Krishna, he must love Lord Jesus Christ also. And if one perfectly loves Jesus Christ, he must love Krishna. If he says, why shall I love Krishna? I shall love only Jesus Christ. Then he has no knowledge. And if one says, why shall I love Jesus Christ? I shall love only Krishna. Then he also has no knowledge. If one understands Krishna, then he will understand Jesus Christ. If one understands Jesus Christ, he will understand Krishna.
Well then, do you think that the Hare Krishna chant could serve as an intermediary to link the religions tendencies, both the Christian and the Muslim religions?
Yes, any religion. That is, if the individual is serious about religion. If he takes religion as a scapegoat, an excuse for doing all sorts of nonsense, that is different. If he wants to understand religion and take seriously to religion, then he will understand. We want such serious persons. Now, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, religion means the laws created by God. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagat pranitam. Religion means the laws of God. Who will deny it? Who will deny it? You may profess any religion, Christian, Mohammedan, or whatever. But who can deny the religion is the laws of God? Simple explanation. If you ask what is meant by religion, the answer is religion is the laws of God. That's all. And if you want to know what God is, that is also simply answered. God is the original source of everything. So one should try to understand in this broad-minded way. But if one wants to remain in his compact sectarian ideas and does not want to go further, then it is very difficult. One should be open-minded and appreciative. Then everything is all right. We say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it is not that you're arbitrarily limited to simply chanting Krishna. But if you have no other suitable name, then chant Krishna. Why do you make a differentiation between the Lord's names? Every name is the same.
So if you have no other suitable name, chant Krishna.
Yes, chant Krishna.
That is Lord Chaitanya's message?
Yes, yes.
Did he feel that were other suitable names?
Yes, he said the Lord has many thousands and millions of names. So if you are serious about God, then call upon him by one of these names. For instance, your friends may call you by many names, but any one of those names will do.
Okay, so the problem I was posing before, which I leave open, I don't know, is what is most attractive and suitable name for God. Here is the material country. Here is in this material country, sorry.
So now, take for example, the Muhammadan name Allah. Allah means the greatest. Yes, God is the greatest. So that greatest conception is the preliminary Brahman conception that we have discussed. And as for the Christian conception, I don't think they have got any particular name. They say God.
Yes, Lord or God. Those are the basic ones.
Controller. God means controller. Is it not?
To the disciples on hand. Okay, what is the empty? What is the
etymology?
Yeah, I can't see properly from my eyes glass. Etymology of. Do you know?
I don't know.
God is the equivalent of Ishvara. Ishvara means controller.
Well, the Jews, which were my background had a provision.
They say Jehovah.
They say Jehovah, but they had a provision against pronouncing the Lord's highest names because they felt that God was imageless and therefore should not be pronounced or painted. My background is, I guess, what would be termed impersonalist.
Yes, impersonalist, just believing in the great absolute, and that's all.
That was the difference when Jesus Christ appeared. He was a personalist.
The ancient Hebrew teaching, you must know about that, was that the name of the God should never be pronounced Jah, J-H-V-A, Jah. Picture should not be made because it would limit God to human conception.
That is another thing. That idea is also in the Muhammadan tradition. Their essential idea is that God is not material. That is the idea. The idea is that when I make some image or picture of God, that is material. So there is a prohibition against accepting God as a material. But if you go to a higher stage of realization, you will understand that if God is everything, then there is no such thing as material. That is Vaishnava philosophy. If God is everything, then how can you say any of his energies is fundamentally material? God is spiritual. So, in one sense, calling something material means you do not understand God. That is what calling something material means. For instance, when part of the sky is covered by a cloud, we say the sky is cloudy, but the cloud is limited and temporary. It has no enduring existence. It comes only to cover some of the sky for a short while. Actually, the sky is unlimited and enduring. Similarly, God is unlimited and enduring. God is eternal. When you are covered by some cloud of Maya and you cannot see properly and cannot understand God, that is material. So, any philosophy which does not help us understand God, that is material. That is material. Otherwise, there is no such thing as material. Where is material if God is everything? Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is the Lord's spiritual energy. You see?
All is spirit.
All is spirit. Everywhere is sky. But when some of it's covered, it is called cloud. Similarly, when God is covered by some nonsense ideas, then that is material. Otherwise, there is no such thing as material. Therefore, for those who are too much absorbed in materialistic views, there is a restriction. Don't attempt to say God's name, because the person will tend to think God's name is just like my son's name or my daughter's name. Therefore, there is that restriction.
Srila Prabhupada, we've got to stop now and tune some harmoniums.
Yes, we have to start material preparation for the evening.
That is not material.
It's Shabda preparation.
Yes, Shabda or sound is originally spiritual. Shabda Brahman. You simply have to understand that there is nothing material. Everything is spiritual. That is required. If I am controlled by the spiritual energy, that is my great fortune. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Mahatmanastu mam pardha daivim prakritim ashritaha. The Mahatmas or great souls take shelter of the spiritual energy. And what is their symptom? Bhajanti ananya manaso, simply engaged in devotional service to Krishna. That is required.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, very beautiful.
Powerful conversation, no? Srila Prabhupada explains to us why we actually chant, what's important there. It's all to do with the sound, vibration of Krishna's names. It's non-different to him. Quite often we hear this expression, don't we? When we chant, it's like Krishna is dancing with you. Yes? Anyway, I'll stop there. There's more I want to say, but we don't have time. So do you have any questions? Anyone? Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. It was amazing. We are spellbound by your realizations, like, because you have been practicing Christianity and how you connect, like how they chant and we chant and all. Mahaprabhu has no questions, but I'm just sharing some realization. Like, how Mahaprabhu has made it so simple for us in Kali Yuga that, as you're mentioning, every bead you chant you say some different mantra, but here it's just 16 names.
16
we chant.
Names. Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Absolutely. And, really loved those lines like from Chaitanya Mangal. But I think I am a Bengali, so there are a few corrections and I'll just, I can say, but I'll
Please do.
Yeah,
Yes.
share quickly from mayapur.com so that
Yes.
it's like authentic.
Yeah.
So the lines are, just a second. Amok Prabhu, can I just share?
Yes, Mataji, please. Yes.
So start record. Does it record? There's the screen. Yeah, can you all see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, can see
Yeah,
your
sorry,
screen.
Prabhu, I'm sharing from my mobile, so it might
That's
appear
all right.
very
No problem.
small. Yeah, so these lines, like if you see, the first two are line, and that's so in Bengali when we read, it's Jodi papi jhari dharma dure deshe jay, মোর সেনাপতি ভক্ত যাইবে তথায়. So that is the actual line, which the meaning you have put is same, but in the slides a few words, because when I was trying to get the meaning in Bengali, it did not make much sense, and then I looked up online, and then this is so. That's what the entire Bengali thing is like.
Yeah,
Jodi
I've got it as 4 lines, and you've got it as 2.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Let me
Okay.
share my screen. Well, there's no need. I'll share the slide with you later. But things like this, you can help me with in future because I'm not Bengali, and it's good to get the scriptural parts of it absolutely 100% right. So maybe you can help me in future with a few of these little things.
Prabhu, I'm just in your part. Nothing.
welcome.
It's only because it's my language, so I was trying to connect like some of the words. Yeah, thank you so much. It was like amazing, and there are so many basic things we did not know, and through your presentation we did, like the exact meaning of Hare Krishna mantra. We always try to find out the mood, but what it exactly means. Prabhupada has, of course, engaged us in a different way so that we because for us, like, when we try to chant 16 round in that, like I'm trying to think, like, do for every Maha mantra when we chant, every time do we say in our mind that please engage in a devotional service? I think we're still so much, we have anartha nivriti that we cannot do that. So we just some of it is like rote chanting as well. I would agree.
Absolutely. And I think Prabhupada's mood was very much that you keep doing this. The more you practice anything, the more you do something, the better you get. And like I said earlier, if you keep chanting mango, 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 nothing is going to happen. You're not going to feel any emotion towards the mango. But you keep saying Krishna's names, there's a magic that unfolds naturally.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's no thinking about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if there was doubt before, after doing it for some time, the doubt is dispelled. Automatically it goes.
Yes, that's why Prabhupada, in his first shloka of the Gita, in the Purport, he says Bhagavad Gita is a theistic science, like, that word theistic, like, because science, it has got some hypothesis, and then it has, when we do it, experiment so many times, we get the same result for any scientific experiment. So in Bhagavad Gita or any of the scriptures which we read, if we keep on doing it time and again, we get the same result. Not really like anybody is doing that, even whether whichever religion or whatever caste or creed they come from, we get the same result. So that's why it's called a theistic science. So I mean, when I read that and read again and again, I mean, that try to absorb the meaning, that how intellectually or wisely Prabhupada had used. He could have said anything like just science or anything, but theistic science, and it has so deep meaning imbibed in it. So yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you,
Very
Prabhu.
kind of you.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It is very wonderful and mind-blowing session. So this is, even though we have been chanting for so long, and once again giving that one, the picture, entire picture, and bringing ourselves into the present mode. That is very blissful to hear all these Prabhupada's pastimes, and especially from you, your experience with your chanting and with all your austerities. That purity is the force. When you speak something, it will have impact on the conditioned souls. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we'll stop there for today. I want you to think about something though. And I'm not going to answer the question. I'm going to give you a question to think about. And it's something that I get asked a lot. Why do we chant 108 beads? And why do we chant 16 rounds? Where did this number come from? Just think about it. Maybe you can have a discussion about this at some point. I'll share some stuff in the WhatsApp group, which I think you'll find very interesting and very resourceful, and some other short clips where Srila Prabhupada directly explains this. This is old footage, which took me a long time to source. So some of it is a little grainy, so bear with me, but we'll try and clean it up so you can understand it. So I leave you there. Thank you very much.
It was originally 64 rounds, Prabhuji. So when Prabhupada was mentioning, and then later on Prabhupada reduced to 16.
Yeah, it's true. There was actually one before that. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he explains in one of his works, and I can't remember exactly where, but he explains that what he refers to as the Prema Rurukshu devotees, those who are striving very hard, to ascend up to the region of Prema, Krishna Prema. They would chant 192 rounds, which is 3 times 64 rounds. But to do that, even if you chanted 7.5 minutes a round, would take you 24 hours. So when do you eat? When do you sleep? When do you wash? There's a lot there, but there's some interesting conversation to be had about this as well. But I'll share some stuff which I think you'll all enjoy reading and picking out. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for kindly giving your valuable time and sharing that knowledge to all of us.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Really grateful to you because of your, all those obstacles. Still, you are here. Very well, Prabhu. Still, you giving your class and your time and your valuable association, Prabhu. Thank you. Very well.
Hare Krishna.
I request all the dear devotees kindly unmute and do 3 loud Hari Bols to Krishna Kesava Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
And we also offer our humble obeisances to Prabhuji's father and mother. So please accept our humble obeisances to you both for coming to our session. It's really made it so blissful. Your presence. Thank you.
Thank you very much. They came to kind of support me.
Yeah.
So look forward to our next session, Prabhu. Very well. We'll have some next session.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll look forward to your association, Prabhu, in future.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very well.
So I shall leave you now and let you finish your session. Enjoy the rest of the week that's coming up.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And keep chanting. As Prabhupada said, chant and be happy.
Yes.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay. Dear devotees, so if you're all happy, so we shall move on to the next part of our program, Narsimha Praise by Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
You want to start? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, if you're ready, so yeah, kindly start.
Like somebody will repeat after me, or
Any dear devotees, anyone would like to respond to Meena Mataji's Narsimha Praise? Hina Mataji or okay, Nagaraj Prabhuji, you want to do it?
Yes, they will repeat.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladayini.
Praladayine.
Hiranyakashi
Hiranyakashipo vakshaha.
Silatanganakalai.
Hinatanganakalai.
Ito Narsimha Parito Narsimho.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narsimha Parito Narsimho.
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimho.
Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahe Narsimho Hrudaye Narsimho.
Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahe Narsimho Hrudaye Narsimho.
Narasimhamadin Saranam Prapade.
Narasimhamadin Sharanam Prapade.
Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Sringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Vringa Keshavadita Narhari Rupa Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagat Jai Jagadish
Avakar Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanubhranga Keshavadharta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Kesavadita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare.
Keshavadharta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare.
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
Jaya Narsimhade, Jaya Narsimhade, Narsimhade, Jaya Narsimhade.
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
सिंहदेव भगवान की जय
Jai.
प्रहलाद महाराज की
Jai.
नित्य गौ प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari
हरि हरि
Bol.
बोल
हरे कृष्णा थैंक यू
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful Kirtan Mataji, Narasimha Prayers. Thank you so much. And the response as well by Nagaraj Prabhuji. Okay, so we are sharply on time. So today, so before we conclude, dear devotees, any other things, if you wanted to share anything else, or we shall conclude our session. And tomorrow we'll join for Japa session.
Prabhu, just quickly, we have the book distribution tomorrow. So Antaranga Prabhu will be outside the, I have shared the postcodes outside the Kingsbury station. So around 11 o'clock. So devotee, anyone wants to join, be there at 11. Look forward to see you all. And Meena Mataji kindly has offered us prasadam after the book distribution at her home. So we're looking forward to the devotees association tomorrow. Haribol.
Yes, please come if you can come for book distribution. Still come for prasadam. Can please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It's wonderful to have prasadam. Yeah. Let us see who will take that great opportunity. Thank you so much, Mataji, for providing that service to the devotees. Anything
My
else?
pleasure. Thank you for giving opportunity.
Yeah, so opportunities, or we can take as much as we can. That is the only thing. So everything is voluntary. We take it. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Anything else? Or we shall conclude. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि
Anantapati Vaishnava.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Krishna.
Hare
Hare
tomorrow.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.